Hey, what's going on, fellow Uber tiers and lifters out there? Dustin with Uber Driver 101, and we are waiting for him to go live. That is what we're waiting on. I'm trying to get it so I can also set it up so everyone can see, but I think it's going to be too bright. Unless I have to hold it, which you gotta get really close. So I guess we'll see when it actually comes in. But I make sure no matter what, everyone can hear and we can have a good time either being happy about it or being very pissed off. But we will all know here shortly. Hope everyone out there has been having a good week. Oh, what's up there, Lewis? What's up, man? Yep, just trying to get everything organized and ready. Supposedly here, because I'm on the East Coast. Said 10 o'clock there, that's 3 hours behind, so yeah. Hello, Daryl, what's going on, man? Yep, so now it should be, oh, here we go. Special live event. Yeah, right.
Good morning, driver partners.
Right now it's waiting.
To today's event. We are starting in 1 minute.
1 minute.
Please get seated and silence your phones.
Say get seated and silence your phones. So we got less than a minute, they said. So I'll move this a little closer. That way I can try to hold it up, and if people got comments, we can sit there and comment on it at the same time. Got mobile devices everywhere. Oh man, I'm hoping for some good news. I'm hoping for some good news, because this is really going to be upsetting if it's not. Oh, man, oh man. Listen, go. Okay. Woo. Sorry about that.
Now, we talk a lot about how Uber has
Here we go.
revolutionized the way that people get from A to B, has revolutionized the transportation industry. But the truth is that we don't talk enough about the people who make it possible. You, our driver partners. Millions of people around the world drive with Uber every single week. And every single one of them
everybody hear it?
Has a story, has their own story, their own reason why they drive with Uber, and certainly stories that they share with our riders. So I want to start this presentation by talking about a couple of our driver partners and sharing their stories with you. So the first one that I want to talk to is actually from Seattle.
Oh, so
which
man,
was
stories
my hometown
coming
for 13
first.
years. This is Fred. Fred is 82 years young. I hope I'm like him when I'm 82 years as well. His claim to fame is that he was singing at Elvis Presley's wedding. Talk about pressure, all right? Fred drives because he wants to stay connected, because he wants to talk to people, because he wants to feel 82 years young. And from the feedback that we've gotten from our riders, it's clear that our riders love talking to him as well. A couple of comments about Fred. One rider told us that Fred is the most energetic 80-year-old that they've ever met. And another comment is that a person could learn a lot about life just by chatting with Fred.
Can everybody hear it?
Now, another person that we could all learn from is Galesh. Galesh is a driver for us in India, and she has been the breadwinner for her family for 15 years since she lost her husband 15 years ago. After taking on a few odd jobs around, she started driving for Uber. And driving with Uber allows her to make ends meet, and it also allows her to take care of her ailing mother, as well as her 18-year-old son. She's a partner.
Here, I'll flip it around.
She said to us that I might not get things easily, but I don't give up easily.
Is that any better?
Speaking of not giving up easily, the last story I wanted to share with you is a special one for me. It's about Lay. Lay fled Burma about a decade ago to seek political asylum in the UK with his family. And that's special for me because my family actually left Iran almost 40 years ago to seek asylum in the United States, and we were lucky enough to be in a country at a time where we were welcomed as well. Lay actually viewed England as a place where he could rebuild his life after losing everything, but it didn't come easy. And after 2 long years, he won the right to stay in England, only after the Prime Minister of England stepped in to allow him to do so. Lay
Come
now
on,
drives
get to the
with Uber.
good stuff.
He likes it because it allows him to spend time with his family, but also share his story as well with his riders. And he has a 4.91 rating, and the riders leave him absolutely amazing comments. We're so grateful that Lay is a part of our community. Now, driving doesn't define who you are, but what you do does matter to riders, to the cities in which we operate in, to our company, and to me. And I know it hasn't always felt that way. You're the heart of the Uber experience, but somewhere along the line, as we grew as a company, we lost sight of that. We focused too much on growth and not enough on the people who are driving that growth. We called you partners, but we didn't really treat you as partners.
That's the truth.
We made mistakes, and our biggest mistake was not making your experience a priority, because your experience is what defines the rider experience, defines how they feel about our product, and you are our partners, and you've been with us all along the way, and somehow we lost sight of that. Now, we needed to do better, and we realized that we needed to do better. And the programs like the 180 Days of Change were a huge and important step forward for us. So many people at our company came together, and over 6 months, we launched nearly 40 new features that reach drivers all around the globe. Some of them big, some of them small, but every single one of them were features that you asked for and we listened for.
Is that like 35 useless ones?
You told us that you wanted your time to be valued, so we introduced paid wait time. You said that it didn't feel like you were supported all the time, so we introduced the 24/7 phone support whenever, wherever.
Which is still not in every market, by the way.
You told us many, many times, I'm told, and this was even before I joined, that you wanted to be able to receive tips directly through the app. So we built it. We made the change. And since we launched tipping on the app, driver partners all around the globe have earned hundreds of millions of dollars through in-app tipping. It's been a great success and something that we're very, very happy with. Now, 180 Days of Change and programs like it were an important step forward, and to some extent were a correction of what we did in the past.
You don't get someone
and after
that
that
speaks
180
English.
days that program was
Yeah.
finished, we knew that our work
Sadly, that's
was far
true.
from done. We knew that we needed to go beyond just correcting some of the features that you had asked for, and we needed to improve fundamentally as a company, and we needed to fundamentally improve our product.
Oh wow,
and
someone gave me a
experience
thumbs down.
with you to truly now not
Thanks.
only call you a partner, but treat you as a partner. And so I'm going to introduce Yuki to the stage to talk a bit about what the path forward looks like. And you're going to see a product that we have built through months and months of effort.
Oh, so
but
he's
more
not even
importantly,
saying
a
it. He's
product
having
that
someone
we
else say
built
it.
through real dialogue with you. And a product that I think is going to be a huge, huge improvement over what you have now because we worked with you to build it. So with that, let's get a look. Yuki, come on over. Thank you.
All right, come on, Yuki. Tell us what we want to hear. I want everybody watching, give it a thumbs up. Come on.
My name is Yuki, and I work on the driver experience. And before I start to talk about the future of the driver experience, I actually wanted to start with this number, 8.5 million. It's actually just about the number of hours in a millennium, 1,000 years. But the amazing thing is, it also happens to be the amount of time all of you as drivers spend on the platform every single day.
Good God.
Together, you spend 1,000 years every day with this little companion right here, the driver app. That's a lot of time to be spending with anything, let alone an app. So, when we started thinking about the future of the driver experience, we knew we had to start here, the app that all of you use. For those of you who remember, this was what the driver app looked like a little over 3 years ago. I know there are some of you in this room today who remember using it way back when. In 2015, we made some improvements.
That was
After
funny.
years of having to go to a website to check for important information like your earnings and your ratings, finally you could do it from within the app. And as time passed, we added more features, like destination trips, a bunch of different incentives and opportunities, quests and the ability to track them, a feed with tons of information, tons and tons of information. And while these features we added were hopefully useful, I think some of you will agree that they start to get a little bit out of hand. Take the pickup, for example, arguably the most stressful part of driving. And what started out pretty simple got complex over time. We introduced Uber Eats, and with that, the ability to deliver food. We started asking you how many riders are getting into the car and giving you detailed delivery notes. And soon enough, we just didn't have any space for the map anymore. And we had crammed so much into this app that it became difficult to use. We knew that we were way past the point of small changes. We needed a completely new app. So that's what we built. Let's take a sneak peek.
Oh God, so they're upgrading the app, that's it? Come on. Gotta get better than that. Trying to get in closer. Whoa. Oh, sorry. There we go.
This is the new driver app, and I'm excited to walk you through this today. And the way I'm going to do it is to put the current app on the left-hand side and the new app on the right.
Oh my God.
So let's go to the current app. One of the things you've told us is that the most important thing to you is earnings. You open the app, and what you want to do is check up on how much you made that last trip, how much you've been making today, this week, and how you're doing against your incentives. And the frustrating thing is, this information can sometimes be all over the place. It's in that feed. You have to dig a little bit deeper to see your weekly earnings and how much progress you've made against your quest. So in the new app, we put earnings front and center. We have an all-new earnings tracker at the very top that updates after every trip. And when you tap on it, you can swipe through your daily totals, your weekly totals, and you can see how close you are to completing your quest. And you can even choose which one of these come first. Tracking your earnings is important, but just as important is finding new earnings opportunities. And to do this, you use the map. As you can see, it can often be cluttered and kind of hard to read. So, in the new app, we cleaned up the map quite a bit. When there are a bunch of different opportunities and you zoom out, we make sure that they cluster together so they're easier to see. And when you see that one opportunity you're interested in, you can just tap on it and learn more. And most importantly, you can now navigate to it, something you weren't able to do before. Thank you, thank you. Now, the other thing on the map we cleaned up is how we show search. Today, it's basically this big red film that covers the entire city. And so what we did is actually we put search underneath the roads so that you can easily see things like street names and key landmarks.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you, thank you. And my favorite part is that we no longer show surge in the ocean. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure they still will.
I'm pretty sure we've never had anyone requesting from out in the water. All right, so this is actually a screenshot from a little over a year ago when I first went driving. And when I went online, nothing was happening for 15 to 20 minutes, and I wasn't sure if Uber knew I was online. I wasn't sure if I was ever gonna see a rider, and I certainly didn't know what to do next. And I even called up some of my friends back in the office just to check if my account was okay. And the only thing the app was telling me down there in the feed was how to save for retirement, all before I made a single penny on the platform. So we wanted to change that. Oops.
They're already messing up.
A lot of drama right here. I have no more surge jokes, so. Wait for our crew to get it up. All right.
Seems like Uber, all right, ready? Already having technical
This is what the
difficulties.
screenshot looked like when I first went driving. And so we wanted to change that. So now when you're in a slow area, we proactively let you know if we think there's a better place for you to be. We give you insights about the world around you rather than leaving you wondering what to do next. Okay, let's say that you're now on your way to pick up a rider, and as you know, this is what it looks like today. And we made some improvements to this experience just to make it a little bit less stressful. So the first one is minor, but we heard your feedback. We're now no longer just showing your ETA to your pickup, we're also showing you the distance to your pickup, the 3.1 miles there, just for a little bit of extra context.
Whoopee.
And second, when your rider messages you, now you can respond with just a tap with a number of quick replies to choose from, like, I'm stuck in traffic. And the last change addresses a huge pain point, those times when you can't start or end a trip because you have no internet connectivity. And yes, and it's a pretty terrible feeling. You just have to keep driving and driving until your phone finally has reception. So that won't happen in the new app. Now you just start the trip or end the trip, and both you and your rider can be on their way. And the way it works is we actually just take your GPS location, which your phone has without internet, and we save it for later. And next time we have a connection, we just send it up. Thank you.
What do they got, like 20 people in there?
So those are some of the changes we made for when you're driving. But when you're not, you're probably looking at all this information on the feed that we just talked about earlier. And you told us that it can be confusing, how it's hard to know what's new, what's not. That message that you saw 3 days ago that you thought was pretty important or interesting, now you can no longer find because it's completely gone. So now we've just made it dead simple. You have an inbox of sorts for your notifications, and it's just in chronological order. We keep track of what you've seen and what you haven't, and hopefully this will feel much more organized. The other thing you're probably doing when you're offline is probably checking on your ratings. And this is what it looks like in the current app, and this is my screenshot, by the way, of my ratings, and I only have 21 5-star trips. I know all of you do that in a single day.
Wow.
But in the new app, what we wanted to do is show you just more than just these numbers. We show all your accomplishments on Uber, your lifetime trips, the compliments that you've gotten, the heartwarming thank you notes that your riders have received. All of this is much easier to see
Yes,
now.
because those pay the bills.
And finally, for those of you new to driving on Uber, we know that it can be pretty difficult to learn about all these different features and keep up with them. And today we offer a few articles here and there, but that's about it. So now we're building out an entire guide with a bunch of different videos showing you the basics about the app and how many of these features work. We want to make sure that you feel prepared and confident before you're on the road. So that was a preview of the new app and some of its features. And many, if not all of them, were based on your ideas and your feedback.
That's
so
it?
Thank you for that.
Don't get me wrong, that is nice, and helpful. Come on, that's it?
This new app is special not just because of what we built, but because of how we built it, together with you. And we want to show you a little bit about what that process looked like, so we put a quick video together for you. Let's take a look.
This must have been one of his 21 trips. What is this, different countries? Oh, so they already have it.
What the hell, my car is flying.
This is the first opportunity I really had to, really interact.
It's hard to explain when a screen freezes sometimes and where it froze at.
It's exciting to have some input on the app and, the way that Uber's working. Being a driver, you like to be heard.
What's the 11,800?
The time, man.
Xbox One. Oh, that's
6
funny.
minutes is the time.
That's funny, Jesus.
So this is the most important thing for drivers, which is he needs to find what is the incentive. When he finally found the button for it, took him to a website that failed to load. And obviously, from his face, you see that he loves this.
जब हम लोग कस्टमर को स्टार्ट ट्रिप देते हैं पहला वाला का स्क्रीन ऐसा करना
Oh my Jesus.
अगर
This is the example they give us? Couldn't they had a translator?
One thing that's easy to forget when you're looking at data and you're spending time in the office is the people that you're impacting and the stories behind them.
Dia perlu dibantu, butuh pekerjaan. Akhirnya ya saya turunin mobil gitu. Nah, karena teman itu berjalan tidak maksimal, akhirnya saya
Never a friend who needed a job.
Maksudnya bantu arsip jadi adminnya itu, jadi akhirnya saya juga.
Jesus, they couldn't even give us English.
Untuk bagian warehouse dan bagian.
Give us subtitles.
I had my daughter like a year and a half ago.
There we go.
And I love being with her. So I didn't want to go back to work. I was like, no, I'm not going back to work. I can't leave her with anybody.
We are there with Uber, and Uber is also with us. You show something more, even we give much more from our side. If you give us a little consideration, I think it will definitely be helpful.
I think we as a company have to do a lot more, and so I come from a perspective of not what we've done great so far, is more of a perspective of what more we need to do.
We're taking their questions, we're helping them download the
Oh, I hear you, Jesus. I know. But I was just hoping for a little bit better translating.
So what happens next is what matters.
See, now it's getting better.
Really,
Sorry, recant my statement.
180 days of change.
That didn't really show a whole lot about the app. That just showed people driving.
Wow, it's crazy to see the last 3 or so months condensed into just 3 minutes. Hi everyone, my name is Kim. Like you, I don't sit in an office
Sorry about
in
that.
San Francisco. I work here on the operations team in LA, and it's my job to make sure that the folks in SF actually take into
Ad
account
malfunction.
your experiences in the real world.
Oh, Jesus.
What you saw in that video was an entirely new approach to building.
There
And
we
it's
go.
something we should have been doing all along. You told us what you wanted, and we listened. We built the new app alongside you. We also launched a beta program, which we called Building Together, so we could really understand what the app would feel like driving during rush hour in Cairo, or delivering food with bad connection in Bangalore, or sitting in traffic on the 405 in LA.
Nobody likes that.
In November 2017, nearly 500 drivers and delivery partners all around the world joined the beta program and started testing the new app, from the US all the way to India. We kicked it off by inviting our beta drivers to our Greenlight hubs, where engineers on our teams helped install the beta apps on their phones. And we walked them through a presentation like this one. They were
She made me nervous.
excited,
Yeah, I know, right?
skeptical, full of questions. Many, many questions. And there was a lot of time for us to listen. And drivers had a lot to say. They told us about everything from where they come from, to their families, and to how we can continue to remove the stress from driving.
I hope they're going to say some good
This was
news.
true everywhere.
That's what I'm
in Sao
hoping on.
Paulo, in Bangalore, and yes, here in Los Angeles. Many drivers ended the event by taking their first trip on the new app with a member of our team. And for the first time ever, we had a beta app out in the wild in the hands of 500 people. But it didn't end there. And now I'm going to invite Haider to the stage, who will tell us about what happened next.
Thank you, Kim, and hello, Los Angeles. My name is Haider, and I lead engineering for the driver experience team. It's great to be back in LA, my hometown, to talk about some of the things we've been working on over the last year.
Oh, damn right, Craig. I like that idea.
What you saw in that video was new for us. We haven't always built together. We knew the feedback that we would get throughout this process would be crucial and critical to the future of the app. So we thought long and hard about different ways we can surface and collect feedback from you. But a typical beta,
I hear that,
wasn't going to
Jesus.
cut it
No,
for us. We
the
wanted
app
to
does
step
not
it up a
increase
notch.
pay.
We truly wanted to understand how the app performed in various cities and different circumstances for different drivers. We wanted to know when it worked and met expectations and when it fell short. So we came up with a few ways to listen and to learn.
Come on, everybody watching. Give my video a thumbs up.
Right along
Come on.
with members of our team and got to share their experience firsthand. They shared ideas over lunch and gave their perspective on the new design. In many cities, drivers invited us into their homes, giving us a stronger purpose.
I agree. A 2-minute wait wouldn't be nice.
Doing and why. Some of them even
Now it seems like they're just
pen pals over WhatsApp.
They're just trying to kill time and stuff.
Everything and anything about the app.
It's like, come
on. The good, the bad, and yes, even the ugly. As drivers used the app, they were able to file bug reports. So for engineers, a bug is basically anything that goes wrong in the app. Drivers were able to file these bug reports right from the app, and these would come to our team of engineers to investigate. Over the course of the last 5 months, nearly 4,000 bugs were filed by drivers in beta cities. That may seem like a lot, and I'll admit, it was a lot of bugs.
Increased to 8.
But that's the purpose of the beta, is to
Sure,
find and fix bugs. And the worst type of bug is the one that's hard to find or lacks enough information for us to fix. So this was extremely crucial for us to get the app in this state.
Oh, it must be the pay bug.
To drivers in the beta
There's a
cities.
bug. They should pay us more.
These are just a few examples of how we collected feedback. But I'm sure you're wondering, well, what did you guys do with that feedback?
Nothing.
Our team on the ground took what they were hearing from drivers and shared it with teams in San Francisco in the form of what we call driver stories like these. These stories quickly went viral within the company. Suddenly, our engineers felt deeply connected to what was
Some of these
happening
stories
to the
are
driver
actually pretty good.
in
You
a
gotta
given
give them
city.
credit.
They realized the work that they do has a profound effect on the ground, that a minor issue in the app could lead to a larger issue in a driver's life. And they were extremely excited to fix what was broken, and we fixed a lot of things. The
I agree,
feedback we got
Clancy.
and these stories had real change.
You should make all passengers be outside waiting for us.
I got to witness firsthand when I traveled to Egypt to meet with drivers in Cairo. Some drivers felt that the way we had designed the earnings tracker was
Thanks, Brian.
because it could lead to something they call hasad.
Hasad.
Hasad in Arabic literally means envy, and in
Envy
Egyptian and some Middle
means
Eastern
pay me more.
cultures, drawing attention to your good fortune can bring bad luck. While we had designed the tracker to be hidden when a rider is in your car, naturally, what we failed to realize beforehand was some drivers would feel uneasy about the potential of somebody outside the car catching a glimpse of what you've made.
Are you kidding
So
me?
we shared this feedback with the team, and people jumped on it and tried to come up with different
Talking about we don't make enough to be envied
ended
about.
up redesigning it so that
Come on
a
now.
driver can hide their earnings whenever they want to.
You can hide them.
This may seem like a small change, but it's the small things that start to add up, and taken all together, they can make or break your experience. So we took each one of these very, very seriously. We're excited about the new app, and we want it to work for everyone. That's why today, we want it to work for everyone.
Mish.
That's why today, we'll start rolling it out gradually over the coming months.
Oh, we heard
And
this,
during
right?
this rollout, we're going to continue out gradually over the
Look
coming
at that, they already
months.
glitched.
And during this rollout, we're going to continue to listen, gather feedback, and make changes based on what we hear. Gather feedback.
Holy
and
Jesus.
make changes based on what we hear.
You heard that?
We're also
Gather
gonna continue
feedback.
to test with it and drive on the app, because that's our way to ground our work in your experience and to feel what you feel.
Feel what we feel?
And
No,
to
you're
make the
not.
app as seamless as possible.
You did not go there.
On that note, I'd like to share a video of a team member who took it for a spin.
That's all they're doing is showing us everybody else's stories. And a couple things of the app.
Well, we're here for me to check out the driver app in action. All right, let's roll. Let's roll. Show me what you got. On our way. On our way.
Double take.
I'll accept it. How's it going?
Their feed's already glitching. Can you imagine the glitches in the new app?
How's it going? Starts.
Wow, how lame is this?
Feel to be in the driver's seat. It feels good. So this is my first time.
Look, they're already having complications. They can't even get a video out.
Oh no.
Jesus, I hope I'm the last one market to get this app so that way I know all the bugs are fixed. Please don't upgrade us first. Please, please, please. Leave Tampa for last. Leave Florida alone. Enough crazy things happen here.
Wait time we get paid. All right. All right. Now we.
It's wait time. We get paid.
Left side.
Drop-off pickup.
But it should have routed me differently, don't you think?
Look, they're already complaining about the
Daniel?
traffic. The navigation's already pissing them off.
It's a nice UberX car, by the way. Yes.
To understand what drivers are going through and the look and the feel. We get it all the time on the rider side, but I think we've got to connect more on the driver side. As a
Really?
team and as a company.
Well, you're thinking that? Woo! Man, I should have been the CEO.
I have to admit it was really cool using the app, but I was supremely overconfident going into using this thing. I drive with 2 teenagers and twin 5-year-old boys. And
That
I'm
was
like,
his first
"What's
time
the big
ever
deal?"
driving. That's why I kept doing the doubles, because all the he didn't know how to use the app, so someone else would have to come fix it up real quick.
What you do every day. And when I missed that turn, I like totally panicked. It was a disastrous turn.
Glitch in the matrix.
And I was like, if this was a rider who wasn't getting a salary from me, he'd be like pissed off at me. So it was cool having that experience, and I hope to have that experience more. Listen, when I came to Uber, the board brought me on because they want to change. That's why I came in, and when I presented to the board,
Well, and Kalanick was an
about
ass.
what my intentions
So,
were,
yeah.
they were that we need to change as a company, and not just change what we're doing, but also to listen more and listen to the communities in which we operate, the cities in which we operate, the regulators with whom we partner, and especially you, our driver partners. And one of the first things that I did when I went out there in every city that I visited was to have driver partners, to have driver forums and talk with our driver partners. And it was amazing how much I learned. I was amazed at how much you know about the systems, our operation,
Hear about
our
that,
product,
man.
how we work. Some of you scared the
Suck free.
crap out of me.
Bert, damn right.
But
Pay
I
us
got
more.
it, and I understood that I had a lot to learn as a CEO here, and we had a lot to learn as a company. And what I'm really excited about is that when the product team, who really have put their heart and soul into this product, they put a huge amount of work into it, they went in there wanting to build this product for you and
We gotta
wanting
change
to
a bunch of
partner up
numbers
with
in
you
the
and
code
listen to
to
you.
add a couple
And they've
features.
listened to a lot of the folks in this room. You've been kind of co-authors
You guys
of
make
this
enough?
product, and hundreds of
God.
other drivers all around the world have really been co-authors of this product that we're going to launch together. And while the app isn't going to be perfect on day one, I can commit to you that this is actually what excites
and
me
I want
about
to
this
say,
product is that it is
everybody
a
lost the
platform
guess
that we
because
have
nobody
built
guessed anything
that
this,
through
anything like
feedback
this.
from you and
So
through
I was
listening
wrong.
to you
Everybody was wrong.
is going to improve day after day after day. And just as we built this product as a platform that can improve, what I'll commit to you as a company is that we too are going to improve day after day after day, and it's going to be about listening to you.
How about pay
It's
after
going to
pay
make
after
sure
pay?
that you're not just
Oh, happy birthday,
you're not just
Christian!
heard, but you're listened to. That you're treated as partners in more than just name.
Oh,
And that
and a
as
dollar
you
sign?
join us on the platform, and as we build product for you, driving gets a little less stressful, safer, easier.
Safer? Where the
and
heck did
hopefully
safer
more
come into any of this?
for you as you continue to partner up with us as we build our products.
Is each app
and as
going
we
to come
build
with
our
a personal
platform on a
zapper?
global basis. So thank you for what you've done for us, and we hope that we're going to deserve the partnership that we talk about going forward, and we think this is just the beginning. Thank you.
So, they did a 30-minute demonstration on the new app.
All right, everyone. Please stick around. In just a few minutes, we'll have Q&A time with Dara and Harry Campbell, the resident rideshare guy.
Hey, Harry Campbell! They're going to put him on there. That's awesome. All right, well, we'll go ahead. Hey, I got time. We'll go ahead and stick around, and we'll wait for a minute. It said for a minute. So how long is this actually going to be? I don't know, but I got the iPad in front of me, so I guess we'll find out. So, how did everybody think about that? So everything that everyone was guessing, we were all totally wrong. Everybody was wrong. We all thought hopefully there was going to be something better and a lot of other things. Instead, they just changed our app. So now we have to learn things all over again. Yeah, that's going to be fun. hopefully they didn't try to hide the I have another account issue option, because I remember when they changed the app before, it was hard to be able to find that selection to be able to ask them any questions. So yeah, hopefully they're not going to try to be sneaky or tricky or anything like that and do that to us, because that'll really irritate me. But come on, they said it in a minute, so I guess we're just going to wait here a minute. Anybody, what's everybody's thoughts on this? Come on, let's go ahead and give some comments. What does everybody think? And yep, oh, I'm sorry, yep, Misk says, why no live numbers still? And you guys heard him. He said that the markets, they brought everybody 24/7 phone support. Well, guess what? A lot of markets still don't have phone support. Yeah, so that's kind of a lie right there. And that's not really cool at all. They said it was over, but then you heard it. It said, stay tuned for Q&A. So I'm sitting here waiting to see if when's this Q&A gonna happen. And it has Harry the rideshare guy. Harry Campbell, the rideshare guy. You know what? He's pretty cool. He's been doing this for a long time, and I think he has the lead with YouTube, blogs, everything. He has everything. He's the man for that. So I gotta give him credit. So I was curious to see what this Q&A was gonna be. But like I said, what's everybody else think? And Miss says, looks like he's focused on other countries. You know what? That it is kind of what it did seem like, but I also think that they test a lot of things in other countries first before they bring it over here, because then, you know, they know we don't want to put up with that BS. You know what I'm saying? So they got to make sure they have it at least somewhat where it should be before they bring it to the U.S. Because, I mean, come on now. We are a country of we want it now, now, now. And, you know, hey, we all are. I am too. I want stuff to happen now. Hey, I want this damn Q&A to happen now, so we can go ahead and see what's up, because I want to see what Harry has to say. I wonder if Harry got paid for any of this. Probably. Smart man. He's very smart. I definitely got to say I learned a lot from Harry. But yeah, let's check back here. Watch the live. It has ended. It's not saying anything else yet. Are they raising any prices? No. They said nothing at all about raising our prices. They also didn't say anything about raising the riders' prices, which is kind of awkward considering they just, you know, they just raised it, and everybody else's are a lot of markets, the riders all got raises. Only very few that the drivers did get like a 5% increase. My market was not one of those. So, yeah, I was still stuck at normal 65 cents a mile. Yep, there you go, Brian. Yep, they raised it. They raised ours, I think it was 30 cents. But still, I mean, raising theirs and not us is not cool. What's up, 305 Poppy? Yeah, you missed the whole thing. So, Uber is rolling out a new app. So, pretty much a new app update, whatever you want to call it. That was this whole big thing that everyone was curious about, that they made sure people would watch. Dara looked like a real klutz trying to drive. That's right, he did, Scott. You could tell, and that's why I think it kept messing up, because I wondered if they were doing like outtakes and stuff when he didn't know what he was doing. It's like, how you gonna run our company, but you don't even know how to use the app. Hashtag what a joke. Yeah. Yep, Timothy. What's up, Timothy? Yeah, Christian. Yep, everyone is going to agree. I think the whole thing was a waste of time, because think about it. When they said that how the app was 3 years ago, they didn't really just give us a new app. They just updated it. And yeah, it was what it is. And we were all waiting. Yep, Poppy. Yep, we all fell for it. Sadly, we did. I mean, I was really hoping for something better than it did. Oh, it did have, I do kind of like the surge thing. I mean, as long as they don't change it to what the Charlotte market has, with the surge is, you know, just a simple dollar amount, and you're only going to get like $3 more for the ride, even if it's 10 miles long. But I did like the fact that the surge is going to show under the street, so that way you can kind of see where you want to go. So I did like the surge thing, so I'm going to give them credit. And yes, hopefully some of these features are going to be helpful for us. But honestly, I mean, they made a big spiel about it. And yeah, it didn't look like it was going to be that cool. Suckpreet, what did they do with Surge? With Surge, and supposedly this is supposed to be rolling out. I hope it doesn't, but still in the Charlotte market. They took Surge and made it into a dollar amount. Instead of you getting 2.5, 3.0, anything like that to make a whole lot more on time and minute, well, guess what? Now they went ahead and just gave it for $5. So your next trip will be $5. The only plus side to all that was the fact that when Surge disappeared, as long as you stayed online, you're going to go ahead and get Surge. You'll still get that extra $5 for the trip. But it's like, whoop-de-doo. Think about it. Remember before when everybody wanted to stop to get Taco Bell at 2 in the morning when it was surging? Hey, of course I didn't mind when I was getting 3 times the amount. But now I'm only going to get that extra $5 no matter if it takes me 10, 20 minutes in line? No. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I hope everybody else agrees with that too, because, I mean, that's just kind of like crazy right there. All right, I'm checking on this again. Nothing I watch. I bet you as soon as I'm like done with it finally. What's up, gal? A new app. I thought we would be getting a raise. This is so much better. I know that's sarcastic. That has to be right there. Oh, Gail, wins comment of the day. Oh, man. Come on. How long is this minute? With Q&A. Well, they have to go back there and make sure he asked them all the time. Got to make sure Campbell asked the right questions, I guess. Oh, let's check some of these comments. 4.0, 4.5. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be no more numbers. If that Surge, the new Surge rolls out, there ain't going to be no more numbers. You're not going to have, plus time and distance. It's just going to be, you're going to get an extra $5 that trip, or you're going to get an extra 10. Pretty much you're going to get an extra headache when you think about it. That's really what's going to go down. Then, of course, you don't stop, you get your rating dinged. Webmaster. Well, I don't know about that. I know, oh, hold on. Comments just coming all of a sudden. No, you don't get dinged for that. I mean, your acceptance rating will go down, but, who really cares about that? They didn't even say anything about acceptance rating or any of the ratings at all. I was kind of shocked about that. So we know they're not going to improve that, which is definitely, they said they listened to us. Well, hey, I want to know when someone gives me less than 5 stars what I did wrong. So that way that would also help alleviate a lot of people lying to get a free ride. You know what I'm saying? It's like people ding you all the time and then they'll message Uber and say what happened, but we don't get to know. And that's not cool. We need to know. We need to know why you gave me less than 5 stars. And it, not just the fact of what we already know, that you were just trying to get a free ride. Let's see. What was this? The Q&A is just for studio audience, not the podcast watchers. Oh, that sucks. Don't say that, Scott. It looks like it, though. I like your Uber Light. Oh, thank you, man. Yep. It's one of the originals back in the day. Still works. I don't put it in the car much anymore because I don't want it to break, because I don't even know where I find this kind anymore. So it is kind of cool. I use it as a prop now. Webmaster, I got false flagged for impaired driving over the weekend. Their review process is god-awful. You're damn right it is, man. I have to totally agree. The review on any of that is just horrible. The fact that if a writer says anything, that they go ahead and take their sides and tell me they're going to be investigating beforehand. So that is not cool at all. They should contact the drivers first off and be like, hey, if you got dash cam footage, please provide that. Otherwise, we have to make an investigation. Because a lot of people have dash cam footage, so that way they can cover their asses, which is the smartest thing you can do. What's this? Never pick pool. Yep, I agree with that. Did the Uber live stream end? Beetle Guy. Yes, I think it did. They said something about Q&A in a minute, but I'm not thinking that's for us. I think that's going to be for whoever's there watching it, or they'll probably Campbell or something. Harry Campbell will probably have a podcast on it or something in a little while. I'm sure there's no doubt about that. But I'm still waiting. I'm still giving it a couple more minutes to see if it's going to come back. Like I said, I'm sitting here looking at it right now, trying to figure out what's going down. And so far, it's, Uber, it has 2,601 views for Uber. So that was it. That's how many people got pissed off and didn't care. But so far, still nothing yet. It just says the driver special. Nothing yet. So still give it a couple more minutes in case it does come back. If it does come back, hey, I would love to hear the Q&A. That's going to be very interesting. How you download the app? I don't know. You know, they didn't even say that. They said they're going to be rolling it out in all the markets soon. I guess he said starting today. He's going to start rolling it out into markets. What market will get it first? They didn't say, so I have no clue. And I don't think we're going to have to download it. I think it's just going to be an update in the app, and it's going to go bloop, bloop, update, and then we're going to have to look through it. Because they try to make it sound easy, but of course they do. That's their job. Acceptance numbers are protected by a lawsuit. Yeah, that's right. Because you can't call us independent contractors if we're not gonna if we have to do exactly everything they say. So yeah, I agree with that. Joska, I can't say your name. I'm sorry, man. But he said the Q&A is offline. Yeah, I know. I got the iPad and it said something about that. So it didn't say it was gonna be offline. So hopefully. Yeah, I know Rideshare Guy, you know he's going to have it later because he's doing the Q&A with him. So, yeah, I'm sure we're all going to look forward to that because I want to actually hear what kind of actual real questions were asked. Not nothing they doctored up or anything beforehand because, I mean, let's be real. It's just like reading a script. So, yeah, I'm very interested to see what's actually going to be said. And if anything is actually helpful pertaining to us. Poppy said, why a new app? Well, supposedly it's to help the driver experience. Didn't you hear that, man? The driver experience. Josh, they should provide all the drivers lube. Oh, man, that was good. Yeah. Something, because that's, it does, I don't want to say it because I try not to be negative and everything. I try to keep everything positive, even when the hope goes down the drain, but, man, it does feel like sometimes we're getting fucked over all the time. It does feel like that a lot. And that's why a lot of people get mad. And like Nick just said, Uber's a scam, go to Lyft. I wouldn't say it's a scam necessarily, but I mean, they're both the same damn thing. I think the same person probably owns, you know, the majority shares in each company. And that's why Lyft always follows suit. So remember, everything Uber's coming out with now, you best believe we're going to have probably something soon with Lyft. Lyft's going to come out with a new app that's going to help the driver experience. Make us all feel like we're important. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my Jesus, we're important. Everybody needs to know how important we are. What's to say? Lyft Eats. Oh, man. I am surprised they'd follow suit on that aspect. But, hey, they're still a young company. You never know. They could be coming out with that soon. But yeah, I am thinking that's what we're going to probably have to wait for Harry to give us the actual 411 on what's going to go down. But I'd like to hear everybody else's thoughts on this, though. I see only a couple. I guess a lot of people must just be watching from Facebook and they don't have accounts and probably can't actually comment. But yes, so the whole recap of everything is Uber is updating a new app. That's Surge looked like the only thing that was going to be helpful. Yeah, I didn't really take anything else helpful out of all that at all. Everything else is kind of just fine. So, yeah. You done today? Yeah, and it's raining. It's raining cats and dogs in my market. I ain't going out there. I don't risk my safety or others in bad weather, even if it is surging, just because I'm not that pressed on money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we all love money. I love money. You love money. We all love to get paid more, but I'm not risking 65 cents a mile to go out there and potentially get in an accident. Nah, I don't think so. Oh, I was really hoping for something better. They didn't even talk about the surge, man. He didn't even talk about the new surge. So maybe that's a good sign that it's not coming to all the markets yet. They didn't talk about the autonomous vehicles like some people thought, which I'm really shocked considering they spent so much money, and I think that's where all these service fees, you know, for Uber were coming into play, and why they're raising the rider rates is to pay for all that stuff. But now that's not anymore. So why can't they share a little bit more of that pie, man? That's true. They don't want to talk about bad news. You're right. You're definitely right on that. But I mean, I don't really get how they made this to be like so big, and we expected so much out of this video just for them to show me a 30-minute video of people driving in other countries, and they said they enjoyed the app. What, they showed the app itself for maybe 5 minutes? It didn't really explain how it works. They said they were gonna make it, more helpful for us, but for new people that just get the app, it can be a pain right now. So I can only imagine when this new one comes out. And like I said, I hope my market is one of the last markets to get this, because they said it themselves. There's going to be bugs. They had technical difficulties happening for the slideshow that they were trying to show us. Like, give me a break. You had all this time to get everything ready, and you screw up on that. You know this app's going to be horrible, at least in the beginning stages. Don't get me wrong. Hopefully, we're all going to adjust to it. We all might end up liking it in the end, but honestly, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. And I've been doing this for over 3 years when they had the other crappy app. I mean, this app is, it is a good adjustment from the old one. Like I said, they tried to hide the feature to be able to contact them. I wasn't happy about that. It took me like a day, 2 days to find that. It was all hidden, and you got to go account, help, account, and payment, changing account settings. I have another account issue. Then ask a question. Jesus, they should just have the thing when I hit account. It should say, ask a question. Whoa, look, I just saved engineers millions of dollars. Like, come on now. You want to make it simple, make it simple. But I will still continue to drive. Nonetheless, I'll be out there driving just like you, just like all of you, until at least they drop the rates again. If they drop the rates again, I'm out. I'm done. If they drop our driver rates, nope. No siree. Can't do it. Can't go any less. If we do that, that means then we'll actually be paying to drive if they drop it again. I'll just say, Poppy said, hope to make it a little bit easier to contact the client. As it stands right now, I think it's 4 steps before you dial the number. Oh, they did say that. I'm sorry. There you go, Poppy. They did say when you go to text or call a rider, it should pop up on there, and you should be able to just click it. It's right on from the main screen. You should be able to click it to be able to contact your rider. So, yeah, I guess that'll be a little helpful there. I miss when they said the deadline for the new app is supposed to be across all markets. Angelo's. No, they did not say it. They did not say any of that. All they said was starting today, they were going to go ahead and start rolling the app out in markets. They didn't even say what markets. So, honestly, we're all still in the dark. The only thing I can think of is maybe they're saving those questions for Harry for when he's going to do the Q&A. That's the only logical thing I could think of, because they said all this stuff, but then, yeah, they weren't telling us specific dates or anything else. He also even had the nerve to say that the hotline is in all markets. I'm sure somebody in this, out of the 81 people watching, I'm sure somebody here does not have the Uber's 24/7 phone support. I'm sure somebody doesn't have it. So that goes to say it's not in all markets when they're sitting there telling us, live, that it's in all markets. So, yeah. Tick Cuts Goodfella, Romania, no hotline. See, look at that. Man. Well, see, you're out of the country, but it's still supposed to be in our country. They're supposed to be everywhere. Eric says, well, it's still useless. You know what? Thankfully, I've heard a lot of people say about the phone support that it is bad, but thankfully, in my market, anytime I have called, the people didn't speak, perfect English, but I was really happy that the fact that they did fix my issue, whatever issue I had. You know, it took 30 minutes on the phone, but hey, they did fix it. Any recap of what was said? Sure, Francis. Because it's really simple. They're going to come out with a new app, and yeah, they're going to have like a couple new features in it. They're going to make Surge be under the road so that way we can see it better. They're going to make it so you can contact your rider just clicking right on top of it. And supposedly there's like a couple extra help features in there, but it doesn't really seem it's going to be like that different from the app we have now. And that starting today, it'll be starting to roll out in markets. That's pretty much the recap. They made us sit there and watch them fumble around and watch all these other videos of other people and their stories for like 30 minutes. Like the whole thing was 30 minutes. I think they talked about the app and everything else for like 10 minutes. Sadly to say, Francisco, no. There was no earnings increase. At least not for us. At least not for us. They didn't say for them, but I know for a fact that the riders' rates have increased, and they're still increasing in other markets because they haven't reached everyone's market yet from the last time they updated. They did my market, I think, last month. The riders got an increase. I know, like, there's a couple other markets that, like Pittsburgh, for example, they got a rate increase. But then the drivers also got 5% increase. It wasn't much, you know, it was just, you know, pennies. But hey, I would have still took those pennies. I would have loved to give me some pennies. We all know pennies add up. And anything Uber's going to give us, like, you know, money-wise, I'm going to take. I ain't going to lie. Just like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, you know, not really hate, but I'm sure there's going to be some people bashing Harry Campbell for doing all this, and, you know, because I'm sure he's going to get paid. But hey, I mean, this is business. He's a smart guy. I'd take that money too. Uber ever wanted me to go on there and do some Q&A, I would. But then you know what? I'd make a video afterwards saying if it was scripted or not. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be dishonest with all my viewers. I would tell everybody that. You know what I'm saying? Unless there was some kind of show clause. But either way, I'd hint, everybody would know. And people that watch me know I would ask actual questions that matter to us. I'm not going to, I don't know. I couldn't do it, I guess, because I couldn't stick to their script. I don't like being, like, forced to, you know, just ask certain questions. I'd have to tell people. Gail says, now Uber has a button that lets us chase surges. They disappear as soon as we get there. That's funny. Hey, what's up, Cedric? I don't know, man. I was waiting for Q&A. I was hoping it was going to pop back up. I've had a lot of people tell me, what did my pet? Oh. I had a lot of people tell me it's just going to be for the podcast. So I think that's going to just be like specifically for Harry Campbell. So he can get a bunch of views and everything else. And yeah, which, you know, hey, it is what it is. But yo, pulled it up here again, and look, I can go through the thing. I can scroll down. It showed us everything that they talked about. That was it. I was like, really? What did that say? Exclusive savings partners. Oh. Yeah, that was it. And yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to. Yeah, they gotta not be doing the Q&A with us. Because now all it has up here is for me to click it again, I guess, to watch the entire video. That's all it's gonna have for me. I'll even click it to find out. Just to double check. I want to double check for everybody because I want to know. It says, whoa, it says 1 hour and 16 minutes. What is that? Oh, is that with like the countdown that they're waiting for, I guess?
Directly through.
Yeah. Yep.
November 2017.
Form that we have built that through feedback from you and through listening to
Yep.
you
That's
is
it.
going to improve.
Oh, I was really hoping to get that, man. I was really hoping. Because that would have been awesome for all of us to be able to talk about that while that was going down live. But no. They want to do shit secretive. Like, really? Sylvia says, I am very late, so where am I going to see everything? Well, it's just an app update. John, what's up, man? Nobody missed anything. I'll recap it. It's an app update. That's it. It's supposed to start rolling out today. They didn't say what markets. Hopefully, I'm sure as soon as somebody gets it, if you're in any Facebook groups at all, I'm sure as soon as anybody gets the new app, it'll be blasted on Facebook and everybody will know then. But it was a couple like 3 or 4 updates, but 2 of them were like pointless. One was making Surge easier for us to see. The other one was contacting the rider by like just pressing a button on the actual driving. You know, when you're actually driving, you can actually see their start. The navigation map, blah. Yeah, so you can just go ahead and press a button. Oh, they did say and one of the ones that didn't matter, that just popped into my head, was they're gonna show us the miles to get there. Like, we care. We know we're driving a lot. Like, come on now. It would have been more exciting watching paint dry. Yeah, you're right. You know what would have been really nice? If they just said they were going to show us where the riders want to go. Like Lyft does. At least let us pull up, and when we're sitting there waiting and getting wait time or anything else, let us know where the driver's gonna, or the rider wants to go. So that way, if 5 minutes hits, if we don't want to cancel the ride because it's gonna be a good ride, well, then we'll know to sit around and take it. Anything actual useful that the drivers really wanted didn't happen. The GPS that Uber uses is crap. That's right, Sean. Yes, it is. And especially if you're near a bunch of high-rise buildings or anything like that, you can definitely see that you'll lose signal a lot. I try to use Waze or even Google. Anything's usually better than Uber most of the time. Because Uber glitches too much. I really hate to say it. All this money and everything else spent, why does it keep glitching so much? Poppy said, most definitely some reason it seems always wants you to take it a long way to pick them up. Yes, it does. And then what sucks about that, I'm glad you said that the app will take us the long way, and then we'll get reported for navigation for following the GPS. And then we'll get a message saying we took a longer route, and they'll try to take your fare away or reduce your fare to a different, price. And it's like, come on now. This is Cedric. I love the new Google Maps. I'm a beta tester. All right, Cedric. Is it coming out? Is it coming out soon at least? You're saying you're liking it or you're loving it, so hopefully that's definitely good. I trust the word of people using it and drivers and somebody, CEO paid and everything to say things. Yes, the GPS does always seem to take you to the back door or the wrong entrance or so far away. Once you get from your ass to your elbows and woo, 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 woo. Yeah, it can get really irritating. Really irritating. Uber app conventions sucked. Yeah, it did. You could hear it. It only sounded like they had 10 or 20 people in there because when I went to clap, they looked at them like, you should be clapping right now. Man. John said, thanks, man. I'm a biker, and I really wish they could let us lock out or choose our delivery range and not leave the boost area. That would be nice. Ooh, that is a really good thing to think about right there, man. That would be awesome. That would be really awesome. Dang. You know what? Hey, next time you get one of those suggestions, make sure you send it to them. Because they listen to what us drivers are partners, because we're partners. They listen to what we say. So please, yes, send that in. And you know what? If that pops up on my app, I'm going to go ahead and send that in because that was really good. I'd like to be able to use it almost like a destination filter. You want to stay in the boost area? Well, then I want to stay in the boost area. I don't want to pick up rides out of the boost area. That's the whole point I'm out driving, is because I wanted to get this boost. Let's just say, Poppy said, Google Maps is great, but I would love them and have a feature to estimate the time using the HOV lane. That would be great. Yeah. Yeah, see, the HOV lane, see, they don't have that here. I know they had that in Virginia where I was at. You have to have 2 or more people. Robbie says, wish we could choose a radius to drive in. Drive within, hate trying to get quest drives and get trips too far away. Also, what about getting paid for long trips back? Well, one of those I can actually answer for you. Now, when it says, I know, okay, like you said, you wish you could choose a radius where you want to go. sadly, yes, we can't exactly choose that radius, which would also be a really good addition. But when you say getting paid for long trips back, you actually can. You can do this like 2 different ways. One way is the worst way. You have to, you tell the rider beforehand, before you even take the trip, like, hey, that's gonna be, it's gonna be taking me out of my operating range. Oh, which they can only make this work if it's out of your operating range. So you go ahead and tell them, that you're gonna, if you can take them, but you're gonna have to leave the app on coming back. They say you can message Uber for the second one, but I have yet to see someone actually message Uber about getting paid for a ride back and actually get paid. So the first one I've done myself, and I've actually told people I was gonna leave the app on, and they okayed it, and I had them text me in the app saying it, and I took a screenshot of it so that way they weren't gonna, tell me that I did something wrong. So that's the most promising way to get paid on a long trip back. With Mario Jim. What's up, Mario? Oh. Uber hasn't been worth it for me. A lot of markets, people keep saying that. People are saying that, especially with the summer coming. There's going to be more drivers and everything else. You got to work smarter, not harder. You got to figure out whatever spots are good and stick with them. But sadly, with so many people, there's people everywhere. So you have to keep adapting and keep trying to figure out something new. I mean, that's the only thing you can really do. Long pickup fees for XL Select. I know, right? Yes, I would definitely love that because that really made me mad. I got an XL ride. It was like 20 minutes away. But I knew in taking this trip that I was going to, get a really good ride because anything that anybody wants to go to is like at least 20 miles away. So I knew it was going to be good. But yeah, I get there and I ain't getting no long pickup fee. And my threshold is only 9 minutes. So yeah, I was pissed. Needless to say, I won't do that unless I'm in the right area and I know where they want to go is going to be worth my while. Otherwise, who wants to drive 20 minutes, 25 minutes? That's why Lyft, that's what pisses everybody off with Lyft. They get mad at you for acceptance rating, which shouldn't matter. But who wants to drive 25 to 30 minutes to pick somebody up that might be a base fare? Like, what the heck? Yep, that's right, Eric. Only for X in Tampa. That's right. But yes, who wants to drive that long to pick up anybody for a base fare? Like, come on now. That's just like the video with the Lyft guy that I got hit national news when he got mad at that the rider and was like, I'm not driving all the way back there, and kicked him out. He shouldn't have told him he was only getting paid $6, but technically he handled that the way, a lot of drivers would. He just said things that he shouldn't have. It's just people talking to each other inside the chat. Oh, okay, Los Angeles, man. I heard that's like its own world, its own everything. Like, considering that's where Uber's based as well. But I heard it's insane, crazy. I hate how Uber's GPS me to a brick wall at the back of an apartment complex or housing community, then starts the timer because the pack is literally on the other side of the wall. I've had that happen a couple times too. I wish that it said something about they were going to inform the riders more of, don't make drivers wait. Something. What's up, the Notorious? You missed the press conference. What was it about? A new app. That's basically, it's going to be a new app coming out. Starting today, markets unknown, and it's going to just gradually roll out. But that's all it is. It's just a new app. Sorry, is not able to listen to him. Any chances what's going to make us more money? Justin, no. Everything that they said is nothing to make us more money. Nothing at all. Sorry. I wished. I hoped. I prayed. I tried to stay positive for everybody, but in the end, we all knew it was coming, and no. Nothing for us. They're trying to make the app, more user-friendly. Yeah. Okay. It's got its good, it's got its bad. Yeah, that's true. Yes, it does. And Robbie said, yep, Lyft, he agreed with me. What's the significance of the app? Like I said, it's supposed to be more user-friendly. So we will actually see but I doubt it. Like I said, it had a couple aspects that were cool. Surge is going to be like underground, I guess, so that way you can see everything a lot better. They're going to make it so you could touch the phone to talk to somebody. And yeah, they had like 2 other things, but they were really insignificant and stupid. So they will take 50% from each ride. Sylvia. Oh, man. Sean, and every rider says it's our fault that GPS takes long ways into the wrong pickup locations. That's right, Sean. It's not our fault. It's Uber's fault. It's always their navigation, even when we're following their navigation after we pick up the rider. That's why I always tell everybody, when they get in my vehicle, I'm like, hey, GPS says this. If you got a better way, just let me know. Just let me know and we'll go. That way you don't piss off the rider. Most of the time, they don't try to screw you over and get their fare back. Oh, man. Mario, Ubers are doing much. It's all profit for them, and we are the ones investing time, gas, and vehicles. Why is Uber so greedy? They keep too much money per ride. Yes, they do, and that really is upsetting because of the fact that they keep raising the rider rates and nothing for us. And that pisses so many people off. It's unbelievable. And yes, it makes me mad too. Sadly, we agreed to it in the last update, so I can only be so mad, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm mad. I don't like it. We have to deal with it, try to make the best of it, or not drive. Those are the only, options we really have, sadly. For now, you never know what the future holds. A new app, not a new pay, Dark Knight. That's right, Dark. Yep, there's not new pay, nothing for us, nothing at all. No pay changes, what's new, nothing to help us make a real living. It's even harder now with gas over $3. $3? Jesus, where are you driving, man? Uber's still not for the drivers, what's new? Yeah, I mean, it's like $2.60 something here in Florida, so yeah. Kevin says, I'm not driving, we should all follow suit. So the problem with that, Kevin, is just there's too many people that drive, man. There's too many people, and there's no way you could ever get anything organized like that. At least not enough that it would hurt them to make any change. Unless you got the entire country to shut down a day. Because you heard him, he said we spend thousands of years in one day. With everybody driving for Uber, it equals like thousands of years. I was like, holy Jesus. So that just goes to show you how much money they're making each day, but keep raising rider rates and give us nothing. That does make me a little upset. Like I said, personally, before this interview, or whatever you want to call it, press conference came out, I was actually kind of happy and a little optimistic and everything. And I'm actually mad after the press conference than I thought I was going to be, because I was hoping for so much more. We deserve so much more. That's what's pissing me off. But like I said, I try to keep everything positive here because there's enough negativity and we all have to deal with enough negativity that I don't want to add to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other videos coming out today about the recap on this and how they feel and think. And I guarantee you, like 95% of those videos, everything's going to be negative. So I will try to be the 5% of optimistic positivity. Otherwise, we have no hope. And without hope, we're lost. And I don't want to be lost. Oh, man. $2.89 for gas in Ohio. $3.59 in California. Good Jesus. Heck, don't they have rigs over there and stuff? Man. Just beating the car up at this rate. You're right, Kevin. I mean, a lot of drivers, that's why you have to drive smarter, not harder. And even that's, like I said, getting hard nowadays with all the extra drivers that come on and thinking they're going to make big and just drive around aimlessly, screwing it up for all the people that know what to do. Like, you know, they say, you know, surge is measured by how many people have the rider app on. Before they put in different things into place to, like, regulate that, I used to get like 15 other drivers. We'd all go in one spot. All of us turned the rider app on, and then we would take turns turning the driver app on. So that way we got a surge, and then we would just text them like, all right, I got my surge ride. We did that for a while. It was kind of cool. But they fixed all that like 2 years ago. Yeah, we kind of forced the surge, I guess you could say. You know, was it, ethical to do that? Probably not, but hey. Got to think of new ways to make money doing this. That's why I tell people to advertise yourself. Whatever gigs you do, anything you sell on the side, advertise, man. Advertise. Watch I can't say his name. Appertreneur. You said he's slamming Twitter? Oh, man, I bet you a lot of people are. And that's one thing. If you ever... That's how you get deactivated. Well, that was back in the day, though, man. That's before they had any rules against it. Nowadays, yes. Don't do any of that. You will get deactivated. But I just thought it was funny to share an older story. Yes, if you ever want to get Uber's attention at all, and the app is too slow or anything else, you go to Twitter. You message them on Twitter, and they will respond. Because that's where everything's in the public, and, everyone sees everything there. Still do it at the airport, though. Hey, man, good luck on that. Like I said, I don't mess with trying to do surge manipulation anymore because, yeah, I know at least 2 people that did get deactivated for doing that. How they found out, I don't really know, but I guess they did the 2-phone trick like they had back in the day. And you just have the rider app on one phone, your driver app off on the other. You get enough people to turn the rider app on, well, hey, there's surge. Oh, man. All right. I do it. I'm not going to lie. Go ahead, Kevin. And for all these new people that jumped on, recap, everyone waited for is a new app. You will be getting a new app update eventually. They said it's going to start today. They flat out told us it's going to have a lot of bugs. So any bugs, please report them, which they didn't say that they're going to fix them right away, but I guess we will report them. And hopefully that doesn't make it so you're not going to be working for a while because, yeah, if your app is not working, you can't go out and drive. So that's really going to piss us off. Uber's still not for the drivers. Sadly, I have to agree, man. I have to agree. But neither is Lyft, really. I don't take Uber's side or Lyft's side because, yeah, Juno, yeah, any of these other smaller companies, they have the potential to take over a lot of the rideshare market. It's just the fact of getting enough, they got enough funds together and everything else and then getting it out there. That's how Uber did so good. They were the first to do it. They had fundage back then. Technology's advanced in the last, 5 years. So everything's a lot easier and simpler. But, they got to have something new coming on. Yeah, I think Juno got paid over for something else. But yes, that's why when they try to tell you that you can't sell stuff in your car or whatever, that's got to be bull. Because what about that cargo thing? You know what I'm saying? I don't think Uber gets a piece of what cargo sells. And as far as I know, that's pretty good. I did ask them. I actually messaged Uber one time to find out if I had cargo. And they said that it wasn't against the regulations. So if they let you do that, I would want to say that they'll let you do anything else, though. So if you do T-shirts, you sell anything at all, man. Of course, nothing illegal. But as long as you're on the up and up, I would say promote your stuff like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Get like the cool little headrest thing. You can make them say whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Print something up, make it look cool, laminate it, blam. Let's see what we got here. Yep, Juno did get sold to Get. Yep, I just sold out too, man. That's a lot of money. Hey, Dustin, I wonder if it'd be smart to hold off on updating the app for about a couple of weeks until the bugs get worked out. I've got an old tablet. I mean, it could be smart, but I don't know if it'll still function correctly. That's the only downfall with doing that. And like I said, hopefully it'll just stick to like the normal Seattle, I'm trying to think together. There's normally 3 test markets that Uber always rolls everything out to first. And They try to see if it works there before it goes anywhere else. So hopefully that's what they'll be doing, and we won't all have to suffer with whatever these glitches and everything else is. And I'm sure, like I was saying earlier, that a lot of drivers and whatnot, if all of you guys are in Facebook groups, you know somebody, as soon as somebody gets this in their app, they're going to go ahead and be blasting it on there. So social media is always something good to look at, because that's where everyone puts everything first. That's where I put stuff first. That's why I have my Uber Lyft Driver 101 group for anybody that likes to join. Everything's in the description below. So that way, yeah, all you got to do is click. They could have updated the app without the ridiculous presentation. You're right, David. What's going on, David? You're right. That's why I didn't understand it, and that's why so many people, I'm sure, are going to be pissed off and upset. Any other time they updated the app, they just did it. Except with the whole 180 days of change, that's the only time they made it like a big thing and, you know, public and whatnot, is to try to save face with us drivers. But all those updates, they were kind of useless. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be real. What good update, besides tipping in the app, which should have been there to begin with, just like Lyft, what updates did they really help everybody with? Showing where your rider is for pickup. I like that one. So besides that, and sharing your location, which, I mean, people have other apps to share the location, so I don't even know what the whole point of the 180 days to change was, because nothing really changed except tipping, and everybody was still pissed. That's basically what happened. Oh, I'm sorry, no. They did raise the rider rates. They did do that, so yeah, that was part of their change. But that's when we were all going to be replaced by robot cars, which is no longer happening. In case you don't know, that project is tanked. They tanked it. It's gone. At least for now. So everyone can still drive for Uber and Lyft for at least a couple more years. And I like doing it. It's fun. I don't know about everybody else. You know, it does suck we don't get paid as much as we did, 3 years ago and stuff. But it's still fun. I still have, I meet a lot of people, get new clientele. Your personal clientele is the best way to do it. Give them your name and number, roll up to their house. I never recommend anybody doing anything for cash. If you do what you do, that's it. But just, you pull up and then have them ping you. It might take a couple times sometimes, but hey, voila, personal clientele. It's on the app. You're covered in insurance. Well, doesn't get no better than that. What's it say? Lyft was first. Uber was black car only when Lyft started. Oh, you know what, Gail? You are right. Yeah, Lyft was first on that. But for some reason, Uber just was more popular. Uber injury protection insurance. Is it good to sign up? Okay, like for me, I didn't. Okay, Christian even said no. I didn't sign up for it. A lot of other people, some people like it. Some people like to have that extra reassurance. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. They only take like pennies on each trip or, per mile. But no, they get enough money. So I'll take my chance, and I have insurance and everything. So yeah, I don't recommend it to anyone either, honestly. That's just my personal opinion. What you want to do with it, is up to you, but I don't recommend it to anybody. Just like their whole, safety thing, and they just said, and at the end of that presentation, it said to make everything safer for us. That's why I commented on that. What, are they going to make the app have a taser or something? Because if we're not allowed to carry anything, legally, depending on your state and everything else, I still tell everybody, I recommend you do whatever you feel necessary to make yourself safe. Okay, take that as you want it. You feel like you need to carry, a gun, hammer, club, mace, pepper spray, please do it. If it makes you happy, do it. I'll take the risk of getting deactivated any day. So are we making more money now? I'm sorry, Mons. Nope, we are not. We are not. Jay, can you give me a summary of what is changing? Sure, why not, Jay? App update. They're updating the app. Starting today, certain markets, we don't know. That's basically it. That's no pay increase, no anything else that really we want. They're just going to update the app to supposedly make it user-friendly. So, yeah. Yep, yes, Cedric. They did not even mention getting rid of the fuel card. Nothing about that either. Nothing about Uber debit, Uber's debit credit card. Good Jesus. Yeah, they didn't say nothing about anything, which is like really shocking. Instead, they showed us the live stream was like for 32, 33 minutes or something like that, and they showed us a couple videos of people all around the world driving the app, and then they had Dara himself driving, which he didn't look like. He looked like he was lost. He was lost. He didn't even know what he was doing. And I bet you when he saw the pay on how much he was making on that, I'm sure deep down inside, he was like, I couldn't do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, unless he was driving Select or something, that's where you make your money. Uber Select, Uber XL, Uber X, you have to bust ass, man. You have to know what you're doing. Which is why they don't care so much, because there's always a big turnaround. Drivers come and go every day, all day long. I'm sure there's probably like, I know a lot of places they still have them on wait list. So when you're, you think we're overcrowded now, as soon as someone gets deactivated or quits, doesn't come on for a while, you best believe somebody else is activated and whoop, jumped right on the thing. They're right on the platform there instantly. I think I heard the retention rate is less than 25% either company. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be. We were supposed to get 80 to 85% depending on when you signed on. And they've just slowly found loopholes to get around that to make it so we are not getting that amount. Now they just changed it so we get paid per minute, per mile, per trip. Yeah, I know. And let's face it, everyone that when this change came into effect, almost nobody. It's a retention. Inside chat. My bad. But yes, almost nobody read that new stuff, man. Oh yes, Scott. They definitely waitlist drivers. I know quite a few people that are still waitlisted. And I was like, oh, you ever email or fax them? They just said waiting. Like they've been approved, but they just got waitlisted. Well, either way, I know for all drivers, what does that mean, waitlisting? Well, JJ, that means you're already approved to drive, but when you go to your app, it flat out says waitlisted. And because my friend that signed up on my code in Virginia, he was like, oh, I got approved, man, I'm going to drive. And he turned the app on and showed me, and I'm like, what the heck? And it said he was waitlisted. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it at all. So that's all that is, and it just means you're waiting for a spot to be available before they activate you. Yes, that is really odd. That just goes to show you, I guess, in some markets that are really oversaturated, they're actually trying to not keep saturating it. But yeah, I don't really know exactly how that works, honestly. But I just know he showed me the app because I didn't believe him. I was like, there's no way, dude. I've been doing this, for 3 years. I was like, there's no way. There's no way it says waitlisted. Sure enough, it did. And I was like, man. What's the change in the app? The app is going to show us surge differently. It is going to let you call the customer or a rider by clicking a button on the GPS map. And a couple other, even worse than that. So pretty much nothing. It's going to change the way it looks. It's supposed to be more user-friendly. That's basically it. They pretty much wasted our time, made a big deal about it, made everybody think something good might happen just to let us down. Like, man, it is so horrible. If you'd like to talk to me, how do you contact me? I got email. Emails, everything's in the description. You can email me. Join the Uber Lyft Driver 101 group on Facebook. You can send me instant message on that. Or wait for the next time I go live. I'm always on everything. Surge map, are they flat, multiple rates? Nope, not yet. Not yet. New York City Uber vlog. Nope, as far as I know, that's still stuck in the Charlotte market. They have not released that whole, you're only going to get $10 for your next ride. You know what I mean? No matter how long it takes and how far you go. They haven't released that yet, thankfully. At least, and as far as I know, it's still only stuck in Charlotte, as far as I still know. Because when that happens, I'm going to be upset. There ain't going to be no more people at night at 2 o'clock in the morning getting, you know, because a lot of people always got upset if they want to go through the drive-thru or not, you know, because we don't get paid a whole lot for time and stuff. Yes, we all know that. But when you're on a 3.0 surge, I waste 10, 20 minutes in the line, especially when I already know it's a long ride because I can see the trip. So yes, you're damn right I'll spend that extra time in there. Now, you're going to switch it around on me and only give me $5? I ain't spending 20 minutes in line for you to get food for me to only get an extra $5. It just ain't happening. It just ain't happening. So, yeah. And I've talked to a lot of people in the Charlotte market. They say the only thing they really like about it is the fact that when surge disappears, it still will have your next trip as whatever the surge amount was. So if it was $10 and then it disappeared, as long as you didn't turn your app off, you will still get $10 added to that next trip. That was like the only good benefit I could see to that. Whoa, I don't want to say your name up here. Why don't you get a real job? I do, man. I'm an HVAC technician. Yep, so I do, I sell that on the side too when I'm doing Uber and Lyft. I start talking to people and they ask what I do and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm an HVAC tech. And they're like, oh, what can I do to my unit? And I've sold hundreds of units doing Uber and Lyft. Make so much more money on the side than actually driving. That's why this is fun for me. You know, a lot of people that have to do this full-time or part-time, you know, that's why we need changes. And I try to help people on making the most with the least time. Yeah, let me go through this comments listing real quick. Can you give me the fuel card? Yep, the fuel card's gone. You're nearing 1K subs. You passing out mints to all of us. Oh, man. Oh, yes, I am almost hitting 1K subs. Yep, when I get monetized again, that's why I tell everybody to join my group. Because when I do get monetized again, I'm going to start doing more giveaways in the group. I did it last month. It was kind of cool. But I just kept it strictly to my group. And then people were donating money as well. And I just had a big tally at the end of the month. And then I picked 3 different items that were close to the amount of money raised. So that way, and you know, whoever won got to pick whatever item they wanted. It was pretty cool. It was a little raffle thing. Just to keep, you know, group morale up or something, because as we know, like I said, this gig can really get you down sometimes. You can want to quit. And you got to try to think of something positive and everything. The short version, just an app update, man. Napoleon, just an app update. Nothing really good at all. Nothing to, you know, make you smile. None of that. So I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but a lot of people are going to be disappointed. Especially all the people I'm sure that are actually, you know, working their real jobs, as the other guy liked to say. The fact of when they get off work, they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy at all. At least increase the rate in every weekend will help. Something. If they'd done that, I mean, any kind of increase, if they just give everybody, okay, let's just say a flat out $1. If they gave everybody $1 more, all of us would just shut up. I'm sure we wouldn't have a whole lot. Eventually we'll have something to complain about, but yeah. Oh, what's up, Cedric? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yep, JJ, I have to agree with you. Today's announcement was a huge hit to morale. And yes, Poppy, yeah. I try to get back to my drivers, man. I try to help out. I do, you know, I make sometimes, like last year, I made pretty decent referrals. So I try to give back the best I can. You know, you got to pay taxes on it all, but still try to help out. It's just money, you know? Which, let me not say that like I got it like that, because I sure as hell don't. I got 4 kids to feed. So, yeah. I try to make whatever extra I can, too, but I try to help out people, because I like good karma. Good karma is always the best. What's new for us Uber Eats drivers? Matt, he did not say anything at all about Uber Eats drivers. Oh, no. I think he might have said something, but the app update, it might make it easier for you to see to certain things, but he didn't say anything like the food delivery process, nothing like that. As far as I know, it's just gonna be the app update, and it'll show you, I guess, your rating and stuff easier, or something like that. Like I said, they didn't even really get into detail about everything that was going on. I know, Matt, everyone wanted to get paid. Everyone was hoping for a pay increase, even though we all knew it was far-fetched and, you know, probably not going to happen. But we all hoped for it. Don't get me wrong. We all hoped for it. But I was hoping at least something better. What's this? I hate it when people say, oh, Jacqueline. I hope I'm saying that right. I hate it when people say, get a real job. I had that told me by a writer. I told them I have my own construction business. KS Builders, make 6 figures. Just do Uber to get out of the house. And exactly, see? Make a little bit extra money, get out of the house. But yes, I so hate when people say, go get a real job. Because this is your own business. Just because we have to follow still a couple rules and restrictions, that's why I tell you, sell whatever else you want in your car, man. Sell it all. The only thing you can't do, you know, that you could get reported on, really, is wrapping your vehicle. That's the only thing I know for a fact that you can't do. You can't have advertise wrapping around your whole car. But that's it. So anything else, sell it. Sell it. Like I said, as long as it's legal, okay? Unless you're in the states that, yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So, yes, only sell the legal stuff. Is the YouTube video still posted? How do we find it? Yes, I do believe it is still posted. I'll make sure that when this is over, I will put that in the link below as well, so people can actually see what they didn't miss out on. Because that's honestly what it is. You didn't miss out on anything at all. I hate to say it. I was upset to say it, but no. I was not impressed with anything. The only thing at all, like I said, was cool when they showed the new app was the surge being under the ground, so you can actually still read your road sign, you know, what road you're on and everything else. But no, that was, oh, and the one-touch contact your rider. That was 2 cool things. The only things I got out of that I actually kind of like. Oh, it's like the actor joke. Oh, okay. So it's Shaquan, I think, right? Shaquan? Oh, I'm bad at pronunciation. People look down at us. I know doctors, lawyers, cops who do Uber. Yes, a lot of people do Uber. Even undercover cops, everything. So you just never know. And riders too. That's why I always tell everybody not to take cash rides from, especially, you know, from people you don't know or something. Because you never know if it's a DT trying to get you, and you don't want that. You get deactivated plus a ticket. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it at all. I'd be more excited to see Orange County choppers reveal a bike than what happened today. Oh, that's funny, JJ. That's awesome right there. Oh, man. Matt said, last week I made $193.73 alone, and I have a real job and do Uber on the side. That's in 3 days. So that's not bad at all, man. And I assume that was only a couple hours each of those days. So that's good. And, I mean, look at that. That's like, you know, that's beer money for the weekend, gas money, a present for the wife, anything. You just never know. That's what you do. You make people laugh. That's what's up. I'm still waiting to see some of those karaoke ones. I want to see going live or something with the karaoke. Those are always interesting to see. See people, you know, make clowns of themselves, and it'd be funny. Make sure, though, if you do any of that, you get their consent before you post them online, so that way you don't have any repercussions later. I always worry about that as well. Because, you know, I live in the country where everybody sues everybody. So you just never know what's going to go down. Ever. Ever. Oh, but yes. Recap, everything was upsetting. Just go to your channel. Watch episode 10. Oh, okay. See, that's smart right there. That's very smart, JJ. Omar said, did they say anything about if we are going to be forced to use their stupid GPS or we're still going to have the option to use Waze? That's a good question. No, they did not mention any of that. So I'd like to think that we still should have the option to use Waze. And worst case scenario, if somehow they were to take it out and you only had Uber GPS, just go ahead and you'd have to, it'd be a pain, but you go ahead and just bring up Waze anyways on your phone and then just type in the address manually. It's the only way to get around it. But I don't think they're taking it out, so I think we should be good there. It says Jersey Morrison on the weekends I make $235 one Friday night and Saturday sometimes $350. So that's good right there. That's money. Money, money, money. Gotta love that. That's when you know you're doing something right. Michael Moore. What's up, Michael? Uber is still a blessing even though it has its downfalls. Yes, I definitely agree with you. And that's why I still drive and I try to keep everything positive, because you are absolutely right. With everything we hate and are upset about and pissed off, some people that this is all they have, and yeah, you have what you have, so you just have to, look at the bright side and be happy. There could be no Uber and Lyft. There could be nothing. Then we'd have nothing. I'd have no channel right now. I don't know what I'd be doing. But, you know what I'm saying? Uber and Lyft helps a lot of people, especially, the drunks. It should be lowering the DD driving rating and everything in all markets across the U.S. Because it is nice to get people from A to B, making sure they're safe, no one's dying. Take what the app gives you and make the best of it. Create opportunities, network, and get that money. That's right, Poppy. And that's what I'm always telling everybody when I tell them to advertise themselves. Because as long as you're advertising yourself, you're meeting people that you wouldn't have necessarily met. So, yeah, do it. Do it hardcore. Make your business cards. They don't even have to just be Uber Lyft cards. Just make business cards for whatever it is you do. And when you're talking, that's why I always engage with your riders. If you're talking to them, you think they want to hear what you have to say or might want what you have, offer a card. Worst case, they take it, or, don't take it. Best case, they take it. You get a phone call. It didn't cost you anything. Free advertising is what I call it. Free advertising. All day long. I will take it. All day long, all day long. They even screwed up Facebook now. Now a lot of people, like if you're in a group and you post something, not everybody sees what you post. Like before, the only way to get anything across is to advertise. You have to pay money to advertise. So it's like, blah. Why? Why mess up a good thing? So please, everybody, if you have anything else to do, you advertise yourself. You make that extra money. You do what you got to do to provide for your family to the best of your abilities. That's my line right there. Provide for my family to the best of my abilities. Michael said, I made $400 in one night during Mardi Gras. Oh my God, Mardi Gras. That must have been epic. That must have been epic. I could only imagine traffic and everything trying to get around and drive there. Oof, man. I only have 1 month. It's a blessing. Well, that's awesome, Sylvia. I'm glad to hear that. I'm always glad to hear that. Uber drunk, $5 a mile with auto tip. That would have been nice. That would have been awesome right there if people could have, if they could have gave us an auto tip, like an automatic gratuity of like even 1%, 2%, 5% would have been like the aim. But if 5% of each fare automatically went to us as a tip, that would be epic. Instead of, 35% or whatever going to Uber fees. Quick tip, I have Google Music. I play a game with every customer. Play your favorite tunes. Extra tips for great music. That's true, Cedric. And you know what also is cool? If you have like a little Alexa or anything and you have Wi-Fi, you hook that up in your car. You can play Jeopardy, what is it? There's like a couple games on there. I always stuck with Jeopardy or something. Wheel of Fortune. But you can play games and ask it jokes. You can do any of that with the Alexa. So that's kind of fun and people have fun with it. Plus, they can play their own songs that they want to hear without having to touch your actual radio. So you don't have to worry about people trying to turn it up on you or anything like that, blowing your speakers. At least that's the only thing I ever worry about. People are like, turn it up, turn it up. And I'm like, dude, you're going to blow my speakers. I'm seeing you for 10 minutes. You're not going to destroy my speakers in those 10 minutes. But yes, Alexa is a fun idea. And that wasn't my idea, and I can't take credit for that one. Someone else said that to me, and I was like, oh, man, that is awesome. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But I also don't have the Wi-Fi hotspot. I'm pretty sure you have to have that in order to make it work. Oh, man. Holy Jesus, 2:45. I've been live for like an hour and 45 minutes. Whoa. Happy Tuesday. Oh, what is this? I tell them I can't turn it up more. I wouldn't be able to hear my navigation. Oh, that's smart right there. That's a smart. But all right, guys, I got to go pick up my kid from school instead of going out Ubering today. I wanted to see what was going down. I thought we were going to be, you know, mesmerized or something. Instead, it was a big letdown. But I got to go pick up my youngest kid from pre-K. All right, everybody. I hope everybody's week gets a lot better. Hopefully you weren't too disappointed today like I was, but let's just face it, we were upset. Thank you everybody that watched and everyone that subscribed and everyone that gave me a thumbs up on the video. I appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. Don't forget to check the description below for extra information. I have, like I said, I have the Uber Lyft Driver 101 group. I got the driver's page. I got the website. I got Uber codes, Lyft codes, people that were Uber drivers and never used a code to get their bonus. I have how you can try to add that on still. I have everything you need to know. Only thing I can't do is change the rates. I'm sorry. But other than that, everyone go out there, you do your thing, you keep making your money, try to stay positive, stay safe, don't take shit from nobody. Get your money, and as always, Uber and Lyft on. Peace out.